Hello and welcome to this week's market analysis. So we're going to be looking straight into the market to take a look at what is happening for the week. And this today I decided to do this on a live session. I hope some of you will be able to tune in. Let me try to share this first before I proceed. Okay. I decided to do this on. Sorry. Okay, so if you are tuning in and you can hear me, you have any currency pair that you want us to look at together, you can put that in the comment section and I'll get to it. So this week, as usual, we're going to be looking straight into the market to see what we do. By the way, my name is Olugbemi, and I'm your host and trainer on MS Africa Academy and on this Facebook group. This YouTube channel. So this week we are going to be looking into the market for how we want to analyze the market for the week of July 19 to 20, 2021. Okay, so my request is for you to please subscribe to this channel. If you're here for the first time, you want to do well to subscribe to this channel, and you are going to be getting a lot of free training tips and all of that from here. The disclaimer is that trading futures, stocks, spot currency, and all of that, they all come with potential reward the same way they come with potential loss. So you want to be aware of the potential risk in this market, and for that you want to know whether it is true that whether you are ready to put in your money to the market or not. Okay, so now let's go into the charts, but before we proceed to the main chart, we are going to look at the Forex factory to see if we have any high impact news for the week that may have impact on our trades. Okay, so for this week, today is Monday, and on Monday today, what do we have? Let's see. All right, so for Monday, we don't have any high impact news. We don't have any high impact news. For Tuesday, we have high impact news on Aussie dollar, and then on how about Wednesday? Let's see. Sorry. On Wednesday, no high impact news, and then on Thursday, we have something for euro. Okay, so 2 for euro on Thursday, and on Friday euro again. Okay, so for the week we have high impact news on Aussie dollar and euro, I think just the two of them. And for Aussie dollar is going to be on Tuesday, and then on Thursday and Friday we have something on euro. So if you're a day trader, especially, you want to make sure that you know what is happening around the time you're trading to know if you want to trade at that time. It is usually advisable, unless you are you like trading during volatile times. So if you are someone who prefers to play around the period when the market is calm, then you won't trade when there is high impact news. Okay, so that's that for today. So let's move on to the chart and see what is happening with our pairs. As usual, we're going to start with DXY, dollar currency index. So let's wait while that loads. All right, so looking at dollar index, currency index, from the monthly time frame, for instance, from what we have from last month, we see that it is pushing up, though the major trend is still down, but right now it is still up, at least for some times. And then on our weekly time frame, where we normally check, it has closed above this mini resistance, and right now it is up. And so that shows that dollar is beginning to gain strength. All right, at least for the time being, dollar has some level of strength, so that should give us an idea of how we want to trade the other currencies. So let's go to euro USD. Okay, so euro USD is currently at our support, but let's look at it also from the monthly view. All right, so from the monthly view, it's been selling, it's been bearish a little, at least for the last months. It's been bearish. The general trend is still up, but it is bearish. And if it is bearish, even on the weekly, last week candle closed bearish. And what we also see is that it touched, last week candle touched our support, and it stopped by that support. Let's see. You see, it touched the support. Okay, it got close to the support and stopped, and then it closed somewhere up there, and it left a little bit of wick below that candle, and this wick candle has touched the support and it is bouncing back up. So I think it would be a better way to see it below that support. Anything below, what's that, 1.1762. So anything below 1.176, then I'll be looking to do a sell. But above it, I'll wait. A lot of patience is needed in the market, so I would say we'll do a wait if we have it above that area, if it remains above that area. GBP USD, that is also selling for now, which we are not too sure whether it's going to last too long, because the whole trend is still up. Okay, the major trend, the real trend of the market is still up here, but from where we are seeing now, and we can also see right now that it is around, like around the support. You see, we have this place that has been touched a couple of times, so it's a good thing. Usually on Monday, it is best to let the market settle and see what is happening before you jump in and do any trade. Okay, so we see what is happening right now. It is somewhere around the mini support there, and seeing it below that can trigger us to start looking to go short. But as long as it remains above that, then we will take a look at, if you should have your own entry rules that will tell you exact time when you want to look into the market. So let's move on. We have USD Canadian dollar, and this is pushing up. We had the mini resistance somewhere up here, and the Swiss candle has pushed above it. Let's see it from the monthly time frame first. Okay, from the monthly time frame, it's also still pushing. However, from the monthly time frame, you see that it is close to 50 moving average, so it could get somewhere up there and then begin to push down. The major trend is down, so all of these are part of retracement to the real trend from the month, unless we see it, somewhere up above our resistance on the monthly, then we can assume that that's bullish push is going to last for a long time. Okay, so it may not last so long again before it begins to push down. So looking at it from the weekly now, it is pushing above our moving average, but it has not closed. Remember, the week is just starting today, and right now we have a mini resistance somewhere up there, and it is around that place. So when we see it above the mini resistance, then I think it may be a good thing to start looking to buy. But if not, then that will indicate that it is going to change in direction. So if I have it back below this other resistance, if I have it back below it, then I will continue to look to go short rather than go long. All right, but if it remains above this area, that's the area of 1.28, I'll be looking to go long. Let's look at USD CHF. Okay, for USD CHF, we were looking to go long because of this. We saw this huge engulfing bullish candle that came out of this zone at some point, and then it has been retracing since then, and last week candle closed bullish. So with that bullish candle, we're expecting this to push up at least to the area of 0.9413. It may not get there this week. It may not get there in a short in a while, and in fact it may retrace a little more and get to like some percentage of this engulfing candle. It could even get as much as this point before it continues its way up. Let's look at that on the monthly as well. All right, so on the monthly, I think our bias is still remains the same. The major trend was down, but looking at what happened from here, all right, we are expecting this to still go up a little more. So we are bullish on that. And this also looks bullish from what we have in the last month. However, what we are having this month is bearish. What we are having this month is bearish, but let's look at it from the weekly time frame. Okay, so from the weekly time frame, it's bearish, and that's we are looking at it getting towards this point on the base for now, but it is expected for this to get to a point. It may not even get here, or it could get even lower, but the major trend is still pointing up. Okay, so but for the time being, it is bearish. You know, the trend looks bearish from looking at it from the weekly. Last week candle closed in decision, but then this week is pushing down, so we'll see where it gets to before we also look to change our direction. And then we have the major trend on NZD card. Looking at it from the weekly, has been downtrending, and then we had this huge bullish candle closing around the 50 moving average last week, and this week has pushed above that, but it is coming back down again. The major trend remains down, and until we see a close above this area before we will look to go long again. For now, my bias remains down, but let's look at it on the weekly to see, on the monthly to see it. Okay, so from the monthly as well, the bias remains it remains bearish. Okay, so our bias is bearish on this. Even though it is pushing up, we expect it to still turn and begin to go down later. And this has been bearish. Last week candle closed with a clean bearish candle, and so our bias remains bearish on this until we see a change in direction. However, it is expected for us to see some level of retracement before the continuation of the bearish push. Sorry. Okay, so before the continuation of the bearish push down, we expect to see maybe something like this, you know, and then later like this, you know, something like that is what I am expecting to see. But let's see how it goes. The bias for now is still bearish, with expectation of retracement that may not be, you know, it may not go up to this point, but you know, it could just be a little, but it is expected for it to retrace. Where it will start retracing is what we cannot tell exactly. Although it is pushing up right now, it could push up a little more. And remember, that is on weekly time frame, so if you're a day trader, you want to know what you're doing before you jump in to do that. On NZD USD, let's look at that as well. I'm going to look at that from the monthly first. Okay, so this has been bullish from last month. It's been bullish, and sorry, bearish, not bullish. You know, it's pushed down. We had this big bearish candle for closing last month, and it has started being bearish now. So if we have it closing lower, you know, if we have it going lower than the support around here, then we'll maintain the bearish push, maybe to around the 50 moving average on the monthly. Let's see it on the weekly as well. All right, so we had a couple of indecision candles closing the last 2-3 weeks, right? But this week has begun like this, and it is going down, but it is possible also for it to stop where it is now and push up. So you will need to wait and see your own. The whole trend is up. The whole trend is up, but we had some push down before, so it could continue. So I'm going to have to put a support somewhere here and watch it. So below that support, that around 0.6930, 0.6930. I'll be, if I see it below there, then I'm going to go bearish with it. Euro AUD, this is going bullish. Last week candle closed bullish, and it is also still pushing up. Let's see what we had there. Okay, they all look bullish. Back to the weekly. And I think on the weekly I have this head and shoulder pattern that I put there. I think they are from lower time frames. Let me remove all of them to see clearly. Okay, so we have it's been bullish. Last week candle closed bullish, and then buyers remain bullish. However, it is possible for us to see some couple of retracement before continuation of the bullish push. And then we have Euro Canadian dollar. It pushed out of this consolidation. It was consolidating for some times, and then we see it pushing out of that consolidation, and so that push above this area is indicating a bullish move. However, it has got to I think there's a lot of push in the market this Monday morning, a lot of big push. If you look at this, it has moved from 1.48, so that's over 130 pip already done this morning. In fact, up to 150 has been covered this morning only. So that's a good one. It's bullish for now, but around where it is now, it can come down. I expect to see some push, some retracement before it continues its way up, if it's going to continue. Euro GBP seems bullish, but still inside of that consolidation. Okay, it seems bullish right now. Looking at how the candle closed last week, it seems bullish, but it remains inside of this consolidation until I see it outside of the consolidation before I'll be able to make a decision around this. All right, but the whole trend is still bearish. Euro JPY are still pushing down, and but the whole trend is bullish. Let's look at monthly for that. Okay, the whole trend is bullish, so all of these are part of the retracement. All of this seem part of retracement, so we're going to wait to see where this whole retracement completes before it begins to push up. But the whole of it, they all look like part of retracement. And if you use Elliott's wave, so we have wave 1, it's around the 5th wave, so you could actually turn and change direction from where it is right now. So we're going to wait. It is best to wait now and see what is happening, because this has pushed very much this morning. When we have it back above an area, an area of influence, then we'll be looking for it to push up. And I'm thinking it is likely it may get to around the 50 moving average before pushing back up. But if I have it below there, then I would expect perhaps a change of direction in that trend. So this is a time where I sit and wait, and see what is happening in the market. Euro NZD, this one looks more bearish. Okay, the trend has been bearish, but if we have it above here, then we will also change direction and begin to buy. Let's look at that on the monthly as well. Okay, so on the monthly, it is still bearish. We have had a lot of the bulls trying to, like a tug of war between the bulls and the bears. They've been going up and down. That's why it left a lot of wicks around here. So if it is unable to push above this 50 moving average on the monthly, then I'll go lower. I'll go bearish on this. So for now, we keep our fingers crossed and see what happens with it. It is my bias was bearish last week on this. I was looking for this to go down. I think I even took a trade for some time around it, but then it's currently inside of this consolidation. So if I see it out of there, I will look to continue to sell. But if it goes again above, then we will look to buy. Then it means that this kind of pattern that is trying to form here will play out eventually. So let's see how the market moves for the week. Then GBP AUD uptrending for now. The bias has been up, and You see, so we're looking at it getting to this points, and that's what that's the in the meantime, at least in the in the temporary, we are still expecting it to be bullish, and then after a while it can continue the downtrend that started around this point. But for now, it is pushing up. Let's see GBP Canadian dollar. This one is somehow consolidating, but let's see the weekly as well. All right, on the weekly, it is around the mini resistance area. And so we are going to look at what happens around there. If it continues to push above that area, then we'll look to buy. However, if it pushes down, we'll start looking to sell. So this one also requires some level of patience to see where it is moving, because that is like an area of resistance that is a bit strong. It's been pushing out above it, and that all this lines, all this pushing above it could have made it weak. Okay, so let's see if it will be fully broken this time, and we will see a close above it. Okay, we've been looking at this to be bullish because of this head and shoulder pattern that we have around there, but the couple of weeks have been consolidating. So if we have it above that area, then we will look to buy it up to this point. Eventually we are looking at it getting here if this plays out, if this head and shoulder patterns plays out. But it's been consolidating around the right shoulder since a couple of weeks now. If we have it pushing above there, especially with an engulfing candle, then we will jump in and do our buy. GBP can CHF Swiss franc, or GBP Swiss franc. That one is still inside of this consolidation and trying to push out of the consolidation now. This one, I'm not going to trade it until I see it closing outside of this consolidation. That is because I do swing trade with it. If you're a day trader, inside of the consolidation, you can still find short trades for yourself. And this one is currently pushing down, but the whole trend is up. And we have, let's see, we have a mini support somewhere around where it is getting to. So if we have it below the support, we'll be looking to sell. And it also looks like we may have head and shoulder pattern play out around there. So we can have something like this. So that means it could get to that support and then move up a little more. This is what I'm saying. So it could get to that support, move up a little more before finally pushing down. So I'm expecting that to play out. It gets to the support, it pushes up a little, and then begin to come down, or it pushes up and even continue this uptrend. But if I'm using Elliott wave, then if it is on the 5th wave already, then I would expect a continuation, a change in direction. However, it could get here and continue. So we will keep our fingers crossed and see how this plays out as well. And finally, let me take a look at gold and see what is happening with gold. Gold, we've been expecting to see some sell, but it seems that this uptrend wants to continue. It's been uptrending for quite some time, and it's just been playing around. So now we had this engulfing candle a couple of weeks ago, and it's been all of these have proven to be like some retracement to this push down. So if we have it continuing this week, then we'll be looking to go bearish on this. However, if it pushes up from where it is currently above the 50 moving average. So if we have it pushing down clearly, especially if the week closes with a bearish candle, then I would expect a continuation of bearish move for this gold. All right, so that's basically all of that I will be covering on this week's market review. All right, so do we have anyone with a comment or question? All right, we don't. Okay, no problem then. I hope more people are able to watch the replay of this later. And you are invited to be a part of our academy if you are not yet there, the MS Africa Academy. This is where we take you through professional currency trading. So if you ever wish to learn how to trade right, you want to be a part of our academy, and we look forward to having you on the Hermes Africa Academy. To learn more about how to be a part of our academy, look at the detail to this video below the video, the details below the video. There are a couple of links there that leads you to our different courses that you can learn from. All right, thank you so very much for being a part of the weekly review for today, and please enjoy the rest.